I'm going to be graphing three exponential functions. I'm going to check this. I'm going to check off. I'm going to be checking off as we go along. So here goes. First of all, we're going to notice that there's going to be a horizontal asymptote. There will be a horizontal asymptote at y equals 1.4. If there's a constant, that is the horizontal asymptote. Okay? We can go ahead and apply at this point if you want. It'll be a little bit less than 1.5. All right. That's going to be a line that the curve never touches. It's going to approach on one end but never touch. All right. And then I let x equal -1. I let x equal 0. I let x equal 1. I'm going to use that for all three examples, these 3 points. Okay? So, y equals 1.75 to the negative first plus 1.4. This is what they make calculators for. Okay? So, 1.75, generic exponent button, -1. I get approximately 0.57 plus 1.4, and that gives me 1.97. So my first point is -1, 1.97. All right, next step. Y equals 1.75 to 0 plus 1.4. All right, well, that's 1. Anything in the 0 power is 1. So 1 plus 1.4 is 2.4. So 0, 2.4. All right, the third one. Y equals 1.75 to the first plus 1.4. Anything in the first power is itself. So 1.75 plus 1.4 is 3.15. So we have 1, 3.15. Okay, so I have -1, almost 2, not quite 2, almost 2. 0, about a little bit less than 2.5. And then 1 and 3.15. Okay, remember folks, this is going to be curve shaped. So, that's 3 points and that's all you need. Okay. Example 2. So we've done example 1. Now we'll do example 2. All right. So here's another one. First of all, there will be a vertical asymptote. There will be a horizontal asymptote. And y equals 0.4. It's a little bit under a half. Okay, and again, we're going to use x equals -1, x equals 0, x equals 1. So, I'll take 0.35, raise it to the negative first power. Oops, I'm sorry, this will be 0.35 to negative first plus 0.4. So I have 0.35, raise it to the negative first power. I have approximately 2.86 plus 0.4, approximately 3.26. So we have -1, 3.26. All right, at x equals 0, we would have y equals 0.35 to the 0th power plus 0.4. That's going to be 1 plus 0.4, 1.4. And then finally, y equals 0.35 to the first plus 0.4. Well, that's 0.35 plus 0.4, 0.75. So this point is 1 and 0.75, and this one is 0, 1.4. All right, and having plotted the asymptote, we'll go ahead and take care of the points. -1 and just a smidge above 3 1/4. Maybe about right here. All right. So 0, 1.4, and 1, and about 3, 1 and 1, and then 3/4 of the way up. Remember, it's going to have to be a curve because it has to avoid the asymptote. All right. So example 2 is out of the way. Okay. So let me show you what we have. Possible shapes. We have this. We have this. No lines. Okay. Those are the possible shapes. Example 1 was this. Example 2 is that. All right, the third example. I think I'll pause the recorder. Here's the third one, okay? First of all, there will be a vertical asymptote. Sorry, not vertical asymptote, a horizontal asymptote. At y equals -1.7. -1.7. See why? So it's going to be -1.7 about right here. All right. You can label it or not. It doesn't matter. Okay. So remember that E is approximately 2.7 1828 459. Use shift or second on your calculators and ln, the natural log function. Okay? It may look like on IN on some calculators. Okay? So, on calculator. So, x equals -1. We're going to use the same numbers we have done before. All right, so y equals 0.65 times e to the -1 plus first power minus 1.7. So that'll be 0.65 e to the 0 minus 1.7. So I'll take e to the 0 first. So shift ln 0. That gave me 1 times 0.65. So 0.65. This 1 times 0.65 is 0.65. So subtract. We have -1.05. So the first point is -1. -1.05. This one will be y equals 0.65 to the 0 plus first power minus 1.7. Well, that gives me 0.65 to the first minus 1.7. So, oops, I forgot. There's an e there. I need to rewind. I need to do this again. There's an e there. So 0.65 e to the 0 plus first power minus 1.7. Okay, that'll give me 0.65 e to the first minus 1.7. So we'll take points. So we'll take e to the first. So shift ln, shift or second ln, e to the first gives me a number that looks like that, and then take it times 0.65. Okay, I got approximately 1.767 minus 1.7. Okay, that gave me 0.067. So 0 and 0.067. And then x equals 1. Y equals 0.65 e to the 1 plus first, minus 1.7. 0.65 e squared minus 1.7. So I'm going to need to tilt the screen down, looks like. All right. And then we're going to take e to the second, so shift ln, or second ln, and then square it. That gave me and then take it times 0.65. I got approximately 4.8 minus 1.7, 3.1. So 1, 3.1. Okay? So, negative 1 and a little bit under 1. 0 down here. Negative, I'm sorry, it needs to be on top. It's positive. But not very high up, because it's not much higher than 0. And then 1, 3.1. So 1 the number line, and up a little bit more than 3. There we go. And I'm done.